Avatar Meher Baba
की
ki
जय
jai. Avatar Meher Baba
बाबा की
jai.
जय
Avatar Meher Baba
बाबा की
ki
जय
jai.
Thank you so much. Thank you, Baba. I was just thinking, what should I speak today? Because we have arranged a lot of programs here. One after the other, we are having now, day after tomorrow, we are going to Alandi. Have you heard about Alandi?
No. No.
Alandi is a place of pilgrimage. It is the place of Ganeshwar. And Baba has said some time ago that he had some special connection with Ganeshwar. In those days, Ganeshwar, then Tukaram, then Namdev, and then Chokama, so many saintly personalities, they had come to light, and in fact, it's sort of a organization which is called a Warkari. Wari means to have a pilgrimage to some place of pilgrimage. You go on walking up to there. Now here, this Warkari, they go from Alandi to Pandharpur. All the way walking for about 15 days. Program is there, and then one in that whole procession is called palki. That palki goes from Gnaneshwar to Pandharpur. That is the palki of Gnaneshwar. From Dehu, there is a palki of Tukaram. It goes from Dehu to Pandharpur. That is also walking. And there are several places where from these palkis they start walking and they go in groups up to Pandharpur, all the distance walking. Now it is the faith of these people is really very appreciable in the sense that even some people have regularly followed this practice of walking up to Pandharpur for the last 20 years, 15 years, 20 years. And lately, there was some example, some news in the newspaper that a woman who was around about 65 or so, or even more than that, she was doing this for 20 years. And not only that, but she was suffering from asthma, the bronchitis, what we may call, and it was very difficult for her to breathe freely. But in spite of that, the willpower is so much that some people manage to walk the whole distance. Some time ago, I had gone to, quite long ago, I had gone to a place called Girnar. Girnar is a mountain, very big mountain, very tall mountain. That mountain is in Gujarat, in the state of Gujarat. And even young people, I was quite young then, but even the young people who get exhausted climbing the whole distance, There are three temples. One is Jain temple, there another is a goddess, and the third is Dattatreya, a place of Dattatreya. God, Trinity, three-phase God. Now, there also I have seen one woman who cannot walk very swiftly, very old woman. She had come all the way walking from the from the bottom up to the top of the hill. It's a very appreciable determination or appreciable willpower that these people have. And here in Maharashtra, particularly this Warkari Panch means a cult, Warkari cult. It is, it's not, I won't say it is very much organized, but then the feeling of dedication and feeling of participation is so very strong that people manage to walk. And in that walk, there are males, there are females, there are young boys also, girls and boys. They all walk the whole distance. And they have different stops at some places. This Alangi, I think in the year 1951 or so, Meher Baba, along with his women disciples, women Mandali, Meher Baba had paid visit to Alangi. And he had sat there in that samadhi. There is samadhi. What is a samadhi? Samadhi, we know that we have Baba's samadhi. In fact, samadhi is a different term. A different term in the sense that this Naneshwar, he had taken samadhi, a live samadhi. He has surrendered himself to that state of samadhi. And in that samadhi, he has dropped his body, sitting like this. That is called Jivanta Samadhi. That means live Samadhi. And there Baba had, in that temple, Baba had sat for some time in seclusion. And then Baba had, after I think in some other year, Baba had sent Patil, Sadashiv Shekhe Patil, who was a old-time Mandali member of Meher Baba. He had come from he had seen Sai Baba, he had seen Upasni Maharaj, he had been with Upasni Baba for quite a few years. Thereafter, he also had seen Babajan, and through Babajan, he came to Meher Baba. And then he stuck up to Meher Baba up to the end of his life. So this Patil was sent by Meher Baba. That was some other year. That Patil was sent by Meher Baba to go to Alangi and bow down there to the Samadhi of Ganeshwar on behalf of Meher Baba. Baba had asked Patil to go to Alangi and bow down to the Samadhi of Ganeshwar on Meher Baba's behalf. And then Baba had said that I have a special spiritual connection with Ganeshwar. Now we cannot imagine about that connection, but then during that time, even Tukaram was there. And as we all know that the abhangs or the poetry, Baba used to like very much. Not only that, but Baba used to sing that poetry. And many a times in Guruprasad Baba used to quote some of the stanzas from that poetry. So Baba was so much fond of all these, all the stately personalities of that time. And definitely he must have very deep spiritual connection with all of them. Now we have some, actually, a few days ago, must have been about less than a weeks ago, the palki from Alandi, that is palki of Daneshwar, it has already left for Pandharpur. Palki of Tukaram, it had left from Dehu, and it has already on the way towards Pandharpur. They had a stay in Pune for a couple of days, couple of nights, and then from, I think, 2 days or yesterday, they have proceeded further for Alandi. Now the ways, the routes are different. Daneshwar, the Daneshwar, it is going a different way. Tukaram's palki is going different way. These two are very big palki. Thousands and thousands of people take part in these palkis, and they keep on these cymbals, they playing cymbals and then singing God's name, and on their places of night hold, they will have kirtan. So whole about a period of 15 days, it is so much dedicated to taking the name of God, Vithoba. Vithoba is the God Pandharpur. Pandharpur, Vithoba, Pandharpur. As we know that Baba had visited Pandharpur on the request of Gadge Maharaj. So this spiritual connection we cannot understand. But then after now at present, there may be very less crowd in Alandi, and both in Dehu and Alandi, because most of the people must have gone to this palki. Along with the palki, they must have gone towards Pandharpur. Now our people, Pune people, central people, they have arranged for a singing program, bhajan program at Alandi, and we will be having a program from 9 o'clock up to 12 o'clock. What I have noticed in all these organizations, spiritual organizations, is that Baba will excuse me for if I say anything wrong, but then there is a rigidity in their thinking or in their thoughts. When our people, they had discussion about the times and all that, I am told that those people had given them an idea as to how the bhajan should be there. They said that we don't play tabla. We play that mrudung. This is called mrudung. A big one like this. This horizontal tabla is vertical. This is horizontal. Tabla has two pieces. This is one piece. So they're telling that we always appreciate this mrudung. I know that mrudung is definitely good, but then why that rigidity? It's a bhajan program. Anyway, it's not a criticism, but then what happens is that this sort of a rigid thoughts they created sort of a distance among the people. And what is expected of spirituality is people should come together with love. Whereas many times, even earlier, we now once in a year in our Pune center we have a program of giving food to poor people. We collect, we give the coupons about 300, 400, 500. We sorry, just please hold me. Aeroplane. So all these we give them coupons and about 500 coupons, and then the people in between 300 and 400, very poor class people, they come to our center and we very respectfully make them sit in a row, and our people will serve food to them. That food will be very rich food, everything so very nice, nicely cooked and all that. So this is what we are doing every year. And we had such a program there in Alandi. We thought that Alandi, there are people where we can point out, we can pick up some poor class people and then serve them. And we had made some programs to cook food and take it to Alandi, some small organization, and then collect the people attached to that organization and serve food. That programs we had done here earlier, about 2-3 years we had done that. But then what I found is that I do not know, but then uh, I do not feel much satisfied about the attitude which the people show towards such program. If you have your program at the center, the attitude is different. But if you go and serve there, then the attitude is altogether different. It is a more of what should I say, a traditional thinking, which they cannot live. There is no flexibility in their attitude. That at times, many times I feel that it is a waste of time uh, to have programs of feeding the people to such organizations, such institutes. We have good intention, but then the purpose for which it is carried out is not fulfilled. Our K. Ramshan, the secretary of Pune Center, he was very keen to have this program. Once or twice in a year, he was very keen to have this program. And believe me that we used to take a lot of pains to collect the people. Nowadays people living in the cities, practically there are no beggars. Practically, I see. Very few must be there. I don't deny that. But then practically everybody can have his living. And the beggars are mainly they are very small children. They are begging if you pass in a car, they will collect around the car and stretch their hands for giving for alms. But then what we have found that these children are employed by the elderly people. and the elderly people are mostly drunkards. To help, to help, to help such people, it is waste of money, waste of time. Very, very difficult to find out a genuine person, genuine needy people. But there are. Only the thing that we must have a proper approach. And I have found that certain people, they are. I may not say that they are very rich or very well-to-do people, but then they can manage in few expenses, in little expenses. Such people never go for taking free food from others. They have their own, what should I say? It's not a ego, but they don't like to take. This we had especially noticed during the time when there were very bad flood in Pune. Half of the Pune was, I mean, flown with the river water. The dam had broken down. There was a earthen dam which was completely, the wall had completely collapsed, and the whole water had the Pune, half of the Pune city was underwater. That time, that time, government had opened several, what should I say, several organizations, several places where the government had arranged for serving food to these people who are affected by flood. But believe me, some of the people, they never used to go there. They had tried to manage themselves, but not go and take food at these common places. Now I do not know, we are going there, and hopefully, since our purpose in going there is because Baba had visited that place. Every time we have that thinking that whatever places Baba has visited, we should go and see and bow down to these places. So we are going there with that thought. And thereafter, there is a program in the next month that is in Lonavala. You must have also known about Lonavala. Lonavala is about must have near 50, no, more than 50. 60, 70, 60, 70 miles must be there. So Lonavala, Baba had gone to Lonavala several times because Dr. Ghani was there. Dr. Ghani had a property there. Even Ramjubai was there, and Ramji was also staying in Lonavala. And that great happening of Dr. Ghani was back to Baba's ashram because he was going to commit suicide. And that there is a long story, and perhaps everybody must have known it because it's a very famous story about Dr. Ghani. So that was there, and we were trying to find out where Baba had stayed and where was the houses of Dr. Ghani and Ramju. And Baba had quite a number of times he had visited Lonavala, and he had stayed at certain places. A couple of 2, 3 places might be there where Baba had stayed for some time. We have not been able to find out those places. The reason is that the details are not known to us. So, but then on the 8th of June, or the 8th of July, we will be visiting Lonavala also. Just we are trying to see whether we can we can find out those places where Baba had stayed. It's very difficult, but it's a long, long time that Baba had visited those places. Anyway, these are the different programs at our hand, and perhaps Friday, I will be able to come. But then after that, I may or may not be. I will give a prior intimation, and then you can just have some alternate arrangement. Following his steps, that was the term which K.K. Ramakrishna used to use. Following his steps. So wherever Baba has gone, we are trying to visit those places. Even some of the centers in India, especially in Maharashtra, they have this program of visiting the places. Sometime back, the people had gone to Kashmir also. And a group of about 50 children, young children, with their teachers, they had come to Pune, and we had taken to different places in Pune. They were all Kashmiri. One side it is going this way, and other side the government is putting restrictions on the movements of Westerners around Mehrabad. You must have heard about it. The news must have come to you. So it's a God's way of doing the things. We cannot. We have to just wait and watch. That only we can do. But then some of the people, some of our young people, they were very much of the opinion that we must bring to the notice of government that the Meher Baba Trust, an organization which is not involved in politics in any way. Baba had never allowed his people even to talk about politics. Leave aside getting involved in the politics, but you want to talk about politics. Of course, there were some people who were very active in politics. The very closest family is Sattha family. One of the members of Sattha family, Nausirwan Sattha, he was a leader, political leader. Nice person, very sober, very, what should I say, a thorough gentleman, very soft speaking, very loving person. So he was much involved in politics. And Baba had asked him to leave that line of your work. But then he didn't do that. We also know that there was one Sardarji who was in the central government, and he was very strong Baba lover. I fear I will not remember his name immediately, but then it come to my mind after some time. So that he was active member, and Baba never didn't mind about his being there. But then that person had carried the name of Meher Baba to his colleague there in the ministry. Perhaps he has also talked about Meher Baba with the Prime Minister, then Prime Minister of India, Jawaharlal Nehru. These are some examples who were of Baba lovers who were involved in politics. But otherwise, now this, take for example, this Dr. Gania and Ramju Bhai and Khak Sahib. They were much in politics. They were that was time of British rule. And during the British rule, there was agitation, very much strong agitation against the British rule. And these people very actively taking part. And Baba had to labor hard to take them out of these politics. And Baba did that. Baba did that. Baba did took out Dr. Gania and Ramju also out of these politics. So Baba never liked to his people to get involved in politics, and he himself never had anything to do with the politics. But then, as the avatar of the age, he has his own way of working. Take for example, the when the Indian Constitution was being drafted, and there were certain provisions which were to be made for the so-called backward class people of then. That time, Gandhi had met Baba, and Gandhi had led a very long conversation with their Baba. And Gandhi was very much, Ambedkar was very much, Ambedkar who was representing the poor class people, he was very much against Gandhi's view. And Meher Baba had to assure Ambedkar that you agree to the provisions which are being made within the constitution for poor class people, for backward people. You agree to that, and I will look after your community. There has been a radical change in the status of this community, a radical change. What Baba had promised then, as a government, he had taken up this responsibility on himself, and he carried it out, bringing those people to the level of the rest of the so-called high class people. Anyway, these are the programs. I was just talking about these programs before me, and then this will go on. But then there are certain topics which I would like to talk with you. In fact, I had a mind to talk today, but then somehow I just got diverted to other subjects. But then there are certain topics which recently which come to my notice through some reading, and they are very, very, very interesting and very, very educative in the sense that Baba had given such a treatment, I would say, or Baba has handled uh, some such uh, some such problems or some such families. It's a very, very, very touching stories about that family. What I say that many of you, some people have got a liking for reading. Many of you must have read about these stories, read about so many people had when I had visited this US. The people then had said to me that we don't want to have any philosophical thoughts, philosophical lecture. We don't want. We want the personal experiences of you people, and that had been very, very enjoyable topic both for me and for the listeners also. And thereafter, it was also appreciated by the Mandali also. So you must have read many of these things. May whatever when I open some topic, it may be possible that it could be a duplication of that topic. But then when we come together and discuss about, so many subtleties come out, so many minor points come out, so many thoughts come out, so many solutions come out by itself. Our understanding is expanded. So it is may that you may have read it or not, but then I want to discuss some of the topics and some of the old stories about people, some people in talks hereafter. Whatever talk which I had given earlier, especially about the period of Mahabaleshwar, about the period of Guruprasad, about the period of Baba's sahavas program. That topic we have already dealt with, and wherever I have not been a witness to some of the incidents, but I have come to know from very reliable people, that I would like to discuss with all of you. It will be definitely a very enjoyable topic for us. And of course, along with that, some singing program, especially the ghazal program, with all the meaning and the essence of that ghazal. So this we will be taking in the following sessions. I think still there is little time, so you won't mind my singing one song. I am sure you won't mind. I will just read the original words and the meaning of it, and then simultaneously I will sing that. तेरे ख्याल को अपना बना लिया, तेरे ख्याल को अपना बना लिया, तेरे ख्याल को अपना बना लिया मैंने, तेरे ख्याल को अपना बना लिया, तेरे ख्याल को अपना बना लिया मैंने, इसीलिए तो तेरा गम उठा लिया मैंने, इसीलिए तो तेरा गम उठा लिया मैंने, इसीलिए तो तेरा गम उठा लिया मैंने। तेरे ख्याल को अपना बना लिया मैंने। It's a beautiful meaning in it. तेरे ख्याल को अपना बना लिया मैंने, इसीलिए तो तेरा गम उठा लिया मैंने. What the poet says, to continuously think about you is a way of my life now. Continuously thinking about you is a way of my life. This has prompted me to share your sufferings and agony. I have been thinking ceaselessly about you, and as a result, I have developed a tendency of the sufferings of you. It's a very courageous statement in the sense that now when we talk about Meher Baba, also we can only talk about Meher Baba. We are not concerned with other people suffering. But when we talk about Meher Baba and the sufferings which have seen that Meher Baba has undergone, it is a beyond our even imagination. So many scenes come before my eyes when Baba used to come and sit with his hanging head like this, in agony, in physical suffering. To take that suffering on us, it's a very challenging job. But the poet has a courage to say that I have developed it, thinking about you so much that I have also prepared myself to take your suffering. The next stanza is, तेरे नजर की अमानत मिली है जिसने से, तेरे नजर की अमानत हर एक निगाह से दामन बचा लिया मैंने, तेरे तेरी नजर की अमानत मिली है जिसने से, हर एक निगाह से दामन बचा लिया मैंने. The meaning is, तेरे नजर की अमानत मिली है जब दिन से. From the day I have received the treasure of your sight, from the day I received the treasure of your sight, that is nazar, I have consciously kept myself aloof from every other sight. I have consciously kept myself aloof from coming under anybody's sight. Since the time your sight has felt on me, your nazar has felt on me, I have come in within your sight, and your nazar had felt on me. Then I have avoided to have anybody's nazar on me thereafter. Only your nazar. That is the meaning of the stand. The next stanza is also beautiful one. तेरे कदम के जहाँ भी नशा मिले मुझको, तेरे कदम के जहाँ भी नशा मिले मुझको, कसम खुदा की वही सर झुका लिया मैं, कसम खुदा की वही सर झुका लिया मैंने, कसम खुदा की वही सर झुका लिया मैंने। तेरे कदम के जहां भी नशा मिले मुझको, कसम खुदा की वही सर झुका लिया मैंने। Wherever I found your footprints, wherever I found your footprints, I swear by God, कसम खुदा की, I swear by God, there itself I bow down my head in reverence. Wherever I found your footprint, I bow down there. I put my head on that. Follow your footsteps, or follow your footprints. We are going here and there, finding out where Baba has visited, and there we would like to visit those places and put our head there. This is that is meant by this stanza. What the poet says, that whenever I found out your footsteps anywhere, I bow down there. Next stanza is also beautiful. नहीं है सजदों को मेरे ज़रूरते काबा, नहीं है सजदों को मेरे, नहीं है सजदों को मेरे ज़रूरते काबा, नहीं है सजदों को मेरे ज़रूरते काबा, तेरे ख्याल को काबा बना लिया मैंने, तेरे ख्याल को काबा बना लिया मैंने। नहीं है सजदों को मेरे जरूरत काबा, तेरे ख्याल को काबा बना लिया मैंने। I do not need Kaaba, the holy place of Mohammedan. I don't need that Kaaba for my salutations. For me, your remembrance itself is my Kaaba.
Mm.
Your remembrance itself is my Kaaba. I don't need any other Kaaba. This is my karma. मैं बुत परस्त बना बंदगी को क्या जानूं, मैं बुत परस्त भला बंदगी को क्या जानूं, जहाँ भी तुमने कहा सर झुका लिया मैंने, जहाँ भी तुमने कहा सर झुका लिया मैंने. A beautiful stanza it is. मैं बुत परस्त भरा बंदगी को क्या जानूं, नए बुत परस्त भला बंदगी को क्या जानूं, जहां भी तुमने कहा सर झुका लिया मैंने. What the poet says, I am an idol worshipper. I worship idols, idol of God, goddess, whatever it may be. I worship that. I am worshipper of idols. I do not know how to perform a real worship. I do not know how to perform real worship. To bow down in obedience wherever you ask me. To bow down in obeisance wherever you ask me is my concept of worship. Wherever you say, wherever you point out, I put my head there. I bow down there. Any other method of worship, I do not know. I only one, I only know one method, that wherever you ask me to put my head, I put my head there. शमीम उनसे निगाहें मिलाई दे आखिर, शमीम उनसे निगाहें मिलाई दे आखिर, के बिजलियों में नशेमन बना लिया मैंने, के बिजलियों में नशेमन बना लिया मैंने. What the poet says, Shamim unse nigahe milahi liya. Shamim is the name of that poet. Shamim unse निगाहें मिलाए ली आखिर, कि बिजलियों में नशे मन बना लिया मैंने. Ideally, all these ghazals were sung before Baba, and Baba has enjoyed every word of it. Not only that, but Baba used to, with his facial expressions, he will hand gestures or facial expression, he will indicate what is the meaning of this. Now here what he says, that Shamim unse nigahi milayli akhir. This Baba had emphasized this. At last, I have I have I have my eyes have met his eyes, my beloved's eyes. Both of us, the eyes of both of us, they met each other. At last, I have done that. And what is the result of it? What is the result of my looking at his eyes? what is the result of his looking at me? He's looking into my eyes. I am looking into his eyes and he is looking into my eyes. What is the result of this is that I have built my nest in the lightning. Lightning burns everything. And what is that nest? Nest can be burned even by simple matchbox. So I have put that nest of my life right in the middle of that lightning by simply meeting my eyes with his eyes. This is a result of loving the beloved. And this is a beautiful song which was sung before Baba. While singing, her just the whole picture has come before my eyes. Especially the last stanza Baba had gestured in such a way that love is such a game that you have to efface yourself. There is no residue remaining, even not even burning into love. Even that ash does not remain there. Even that ash is consumed or it has disappeared. Nothing remains. That is the complete, what should I say, cleaning myself, my own self, my own identity, my own person, effacing myself. That is the result of loving Meher Baba. Be prepared for it. Jai Baba. Jai Baba to all.
Jai Baba. Beautiful. So beautiful. Thank you, Pratapji.
Thank you. Thank you.
Shall we close with Baba's Jai?
What about Arti? Do we
You
hear?
want Arti?
Can we have Arti? Jahan Kalpana.
Sorry.
Jahan Kalpana. Would you sing Arti? Jahan Kalpana.
Arti?
No, I don't get you. Sorry. काय म्हणते? अरे sorry. Please speak.
Could you sing
Put
Arti?
it in big sign language, Betty, or say it. You guys say it loud and clear.
Arti? Jahan Kalpana. Could you sing? Jahan Kalpana.
Yes. Yes. You want Jaha Kalpana?
Yes. Yes.
All right. Thank you. Thank you. जहाँ कल्पना शब्द न पहुँचे ऐसे नीति नीति महिमा तोरी अपार दिव्य सनातन परम दया घन दिव्य सनातन परम दया घन हे जगदोद्धारो मेरे मन आरती स्वीकारो मेरे मन आरती स्वीकारो धूप दीप चंदन चढ़ाना भोग लगाना फूल चढ़ाना तुमराही तुमको लौटाना आहे बड़ा करो मेरे मन आरती स्वीकारो मेरे मन आरती स्वीकारो सकल निधि के तुम कारण हो सकल विश्व तारनहारे तुम समार नहीं तुम ही हो हे सत्य अवतारो मेरे मन आरती स्वीकारो मेरे मन आरती स्वीकारो सकल चराचर माया माया भी तो तुम्हारी छाया तुमरा अंत न कोई पाया तुम हो अनंत करो मेरे मन आरती स्वीकारो मेरे मन आरती स्वीकारो अपने को जब जो नहीं जाने महिमा तुम्हें क्या पहचाने जो कुछ भी कहते अनजाने गुण गाते तुम्हारो मेरे मन आरती स्वीकारो मेरे मन आरती स्वीकारो सीमानाई तुम्हारी कृपा को क्या कोई दे सकता प्रभु तुमको भीख तुम्हें दो प्रेमी जनों को नित्य तुम्हें सुमेरो मेरे मन आरती स्वीकारो मेरे मन आरती स्वीकारो दिव्य सनातन परम दया घन दिव्य सनातन परम दया घन हे जगदोद्धारो मेरे मन आरती स्वीकारो मेरे मन आरती स्वीकारो अवतार मेहर बाबा की जय अवतार मेहर बाबा की जय अवतार मेहर बाबा की जय Thank you,
Jai
thank
Baba.
you, Baba.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Anything from your side?
Wonderful. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Pratapji. Beautiful ghazal, beautiful arti.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you, Baba.
We enjoy. We see you next time, we hope.
Yes.